And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, spinning away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. 55. 47. Check. 55.
Here's Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. 36 yards on the play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Bailey got the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just bring them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 29-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here you go. Come on, Elliott. Right there, in the middle. 55. He don't know no better. Hey, kill. 55. 47. Eat.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Randall Cobb. Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run.
They go to Elliott again. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
47.
Throwing. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
10th carry now for Elliott. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Robert Quinn. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23.
1st down, Minnesota.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Cousins now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Cousins, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Give to Cook out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range. Game of chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, One through the post, and this thing could be over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Ben Gideon coming in hard there on the blitz. And he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
At the 17-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
He wasn't ready.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott in the final minute, and the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
1st down, Vikings.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, PI gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Here we go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 45 on second down, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Here we go. Check 55, Mike. Hey. 26.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Maher able to put this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, it's not just the mindset of the teams that just changed on that play. My mindset changed. I don't even run an offensive play, kick the field goal, and take it home.
The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tyrone Crawford able to record his 5th sack of the season. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Dallas, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, what else is new? They fall again. That's now 10 straight losses to start the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time.